I'm also trying to get the levels more in line, so I don't have to just, you know, edit them in the DAW. And so I'm turning up the volume, so I apologize if this one's like really peaky. Anyways, check out the coffee in the description as I figure out what's... Oh, yeah. Okay. I have been waiting for this forever. Okay, so this is... Oh, man, it comes in this really nice... Oh, okay, so we have like a sort of, like a handkerchief of sorts. I ordered, several months ago, a custom V2 Damascus Xolo, by Balisong. Here we have the Damascus. Look at it in all its glory. I also got this copper, like, finish. This is my first genuine Damascus steel Balisong that I own. Let's weigh it real quick. It is hooked up. Tear. Hello. Okay. As I do that, it is 4.59 ounces. That's actually surprisingly hefty. 4.6. It doesn't feel that heavy. Like, well, let me just double check. 4.5. Yeah, 4.59 ounces. That's like surprisingly heavy for what I expect, because this doesn't feel like that. But okay, so this is the Black Balisong Xolo. It's spelled Xolo. The V1 originally had teeth that only went downward, and then he had like this sort of V2, which instead of the teeth being like trapezoids outward, it was the opposite, where it was trapezoids inward. And so like the wide part of the trapezoid was against the thing, and so then instead of these like pokey teeth, you had these sort of like weird nubs, and it just I was like, please change it. It is based off of a traditional Aztec weapon called the Macuahuitl, I think. I apologize if I mispronounced that. Macuahuitl, I believe. And it is made with, it's like a war club with obsidian shards put in. On the side here, we have like this long arrow, and I had mine anodized in a green and bronze style. Like, he had one that was like this. The copper is okay looking. The copper job, it's very off looking at the bottom at the pivots. That's kind of it looks better on the other side, I will say. Sorry, first things first, I just have to like examine this cosmetically. I think this is just so fucking beautiful, and I was waiting for this forever. And it's got like, I don't know, it just looks beautiful. So the copper job on it, he did say it was kind of like, okay. And I was like, I think I still want that. And so he did warn me with the copper on the Damascus. But it still looks like it's really cool looking. Let's see, I don't know if this copper is like gonna wear off at all. But yeah, I did want this look. Copper on Damascus. It's like, just look at that. Look at that. Now, you want to know how it flips too. Believe me, so do I. But like, this deserves all of the love and attention to detail. Just like, look at this Damascus pattern. And here's the opposite side. Man. I'm blown away. I'm blown away by this. Okay. Now, for how it flips. This is allegedly 4.6. It is... It doesn't feel super fluid as a flipper. Let me... No, it's definitely got the handle swing. It's, a little handle bias. Wait. I think it's a little handle biased. Just with, fans feel a little wobbly. I find that while this pattern is absolutely gorgeous, which I believe is supposed to be reminiscent of like Aztec art and sculpture, I find that somewhere along the face is not the most comfortable grip. It's just, I think it's just not like, it's not like uncomfortable, but it's just like very textured and very much a bunch of lines that are not chamfered. As you can imagine, these lines, while very thin and not sharp, they are very, they have corners. Also down here, gorgeous design, but also corners. Personally, I prefer mine a little rounded. It's like this 3 terrace layer. Like, let's look at this entire detail. Come on, focus, baby. Focus, baby, please. So yeah, you have 1 layer, and then a 2nd layer, and then a 3rd layer on the face. So, at the ends of the handle, it's not like the most comfortable, just because of these 3 corners. 3 corners per corner. But it is very beautiful. I think I'm gonna put in some lube. Part of me is just like, something feels not super duper duper fluid, and I'm trying to figure out maybe just lubricant. Just put in a dab of Top Secret oil on here. Maybe this needs thin lube. I have some Carbon Honey Thin. Let me get that worked in. At the moment, not a noticeable difference. I will say, while absolutely gorgeous, it's just not super comfortable in the hands. That said, I do believe that he is doing Xolo blades on other handles. And the Robola handles are comfortable, and the Reaper handles are comfortable, and the Depurge handles are the most painful thing I've ever held. So do be aware, Reaper V2 handles, comfortable, smooth, nice grip, a nice textured pattern. Robola, G10 scales on titanium liners. The G10 scales are, for the most part, pretty comfortable, but they are like a bit of a groove. It's fine. It's certainly fine. I love the Robola's blade, especially. And the Xolo blade is just like next level. The Xolo is also a DE, so it's like, it looks like this fucking arrowhead point on the tip. And it has teeth that go on the back. However, it's only partially down on the spine, and so that way you have plenty of space to chaplain. Speaking of chaplains, sorry, I'm gonna do this not behind a microphone. I find the chaplain, the Zen Cup is quite deep. The Zen Cup is quite deep, which makes chaplains feel like I have an interesting groove against my finger. It's not uncomfortable, it's not painful, but it is noticeable. It's just a surprisingly wide Zen Cup. Let's get a nice clack to this. Oh, now that I got the oil in there. Oh, that sounds so good. Okay. Full twirls. Honestly, I still don't believe that this is like 4.6. Let me honestly try and weigh this like on a different surface. Like, I have a scale that I keep on my subwoofer. Oh god, it's so dusty. Sorry, let me just weigh this one more time. Because it just doesn't feel like it's 4.6 ounces. This time I got 4.62. I don't know. Allegedly, it's 4.6 ounces. I feel like it doesn't feel that heavy at all. It honestly just feels like... Here, I have a Kraken here right now. This is not my Kraken. I am proxying it. Like, this is 4.2 ounces. To me, it does not feel like half an ounce lighter. Like, I'm doing full twirls, and it does not feel like I'm holy shit. Doing full twirls does not feel like I'm slinging a lot of weight. I wish the interior channel was like also maybe a little chamfer. I don't know. It's just a little bit. It does have this cool like part that like thickens. It's like thicker towards the pivots. Here, let me see if I can get this in. Oh, focus. It's thicker towards the pivots. Focus, please. Sorry, I just want it to look good. But, yeah, then it widens out to a full channel, round bottom. I'm like so scared to like what a ring of shame would feel like on this, because it would just be teeth serrating you. Yeah. Twirls do feel a little weird, not because of the weight, but partially just because of the surfaces are like not, you know, there's just a lot of edges, and the weight distribution is mysterious. Maybe because there's less tip weight than the spine. I'm not 100% sure. Like, just looking at it, it looks like there's more spine weight than there would be tip, just because there's not as many teeth. But that honestly does seem negligible amounts of difference. I don't know. It actually, no, like, it is much thicker on the spine. So, like, there's definitely a lot more material on the spine compared to the teeth, and especially the tip. So, maybe it's that a lot of the weight is, like, of the blade is towards the pivot. As far as the channel goes, it looks pretty even. There's no speed channel. It's just like this really gorgeous looking like arrow pattern, but it's just, it doesn't feel like it's like particularly weird weight distribution. Oh man, ladders feel funky just because it's, I think here's another thing. It's hard to show because of this big groove here, but it is more rectangular than it seems. Like if this was flat here, this curve was flat, it would definitely be a lot more rectangular. And while there is sides, I find that the actual surface that you're on is thinner than it seems because of how it terraces downward. So while it is sort of square, I'm finding it easy that when ladders happen, like, so the thing that's easily happening in ladders is that it wants to like roll a little bit, because I'm like, it's got like almost another side from its several corners. Also, to be aware of, I have to like, oh, yeah, it's just like, it's not super comfortable in the hands. Also, you have to be aware that while it is sort of a DE, like, so when you're laddering, you do have to be careful of these teeth. It's not gonna, I wouldn't use this knife as a knife, and I don't think Black Balisong recommends that. But, you know, be aware, it is teeth. The teeth do hurt. Rollovers don't carry a lot of momentum. It almost feels neutral when doing rollovers. When doing fans, it feels handle biased because of the wobbles. And so, I honestly feel like it kind of is like, well, it depends on your tastes. I like fans to feel super neutral. I like rollovers to have some momentum, but I am able to do rollovers with not a ton of like weight being flung around. And so, like, especially with rollovers, it's really obvious when a blade has a lot of tip weight, because when you're doing like a behind the 8-ball, you'll feel the blade, because it's the blade side that's with the other handle, you'll feel that guide you really hard. This one doesn't have that. This, like a lot of neutral balisongs where the weight is very evenly distributed, doesn't have the effect where it feels like there's a lot of tip weight. So for example, the Opus here, the Opus is a chunky blade. I feel like the Opus blade, while not like super crazy distribution across the entire blade, whereas like a Kukri has like a ton of tip weight at the end, the Opus does just have like a hefty blade. And so I do feel that blade momentum guiding me in rollovers. In this case, I'm not feeling it so hard. So, ow. 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 I'm okay, but ow. No blood, but ow. Teeth go pointy. No cut, but ow. Okay, so in a sense, it kind of has, I lied, there's a little bit of blood. In a sense, it does kind of have a blood sacrifice for the AZTECs. It has kind of like the things that I don't like about handle bias, in that it's wobbly fans, but it doesn't have the momentum that people do like from handle bias knives for rollovers. So as a flipping experience, honestly, right now, I'm not that in love with it, which is a shame because I love the design. Visually, this is one of the most striking, beautiful designs I've ever seen. It's got this great, beautiful DE blade with these teeth, and there is a cultural reason, and it is referential to history, and especially one that is not highly represented. Black Balisong is Mexican, and so he is doing a tribute to Mexican heritage, and I think that's great. With the handle design, with the blade design, it's awesome. I think the Channel Reaper V2 is really good. I think the Channel Reaper V1 is pretty good, but definitely more handle bias in my taste. I think the Rebola is a very good, relatively inexpensive, but it like drops a lot of value. Like a lot of people are selling the Rebolas for like 150 to 180, which is like pretty low because the Rebola is like retail, I want to say like 300. So that's a significant price cut. And I don't have my Rebola anymore because while I really loved how it looked and I had a special laser engraving on the handles, I kind of didn't really have super strong feelings about its flipping. I think a Reaper handle set with a Rebola blade maybe would be like my speed because I think the Reaper blade is like fine. The Rebola blade, fucking sick. The Xolo blade, fucking sick. The Purge blade's pretty cool. It's like sort of Kukri-esque. Kafka-esque. Honestly, I find the Xolo to be serviceable as a flipper. Not my favorite, not super comfortable, not necessarily my preferences. If you like sort of, I dare say, floaty rollovers, the rollovers feel floaty in that like there's not a ton of like momentum guiding you. It still rolls over. It doesn't struggle with that. But like the rollovers feel a little floaty. And the fans are a little wobblier than I would have liked. I'm trying to do other rollovers like the whip rollover. The whip rollover is like, there we go. Yeah, it just wasn't comfortable when I was changing directions in the ladder. Like changing directions here was like not fun. Oh, God damn it. It's not a great feeling. I'm gonna try and do a shortstop real quick. I'm like not very good at shortstops. Hello! But just, trying to feel like, yeah, definitely be aware. Don't take my shortstop as an example of how well it shortstops. I'm not very good at them. But definitely be aware that there are teeth on both sides. There are teeth on both sides. Yeah, I don't know. So I guess the Xolo, I wish the handles, while fucking gorgeous and very intentionally designed, were a little bit more comfortable. Honestly, I don't really know if that's like, I don't really know if there is a way to make it more comfortable without sacrificing its very intentional aesthetics, which I believe like this terrace design, maybe just a guess, but it kind of makes me think of just like with with all these layers, like the ziggurats in Central America, like Aztecs and Incas had, I don't know if it's Inca related, but there are ziggurats which are pyramid-esque, but instead of being like slopes, it has like terraces. So like if that's the intention, that's what I'm reading as someone looking at this design. And so I don't really know if you can make it more comfortable without sacrificing the very intentional aesthetics. I do think there could be more tip weight. I don't know how. There's no obvious answer to me in like how you would add more tip weight. Either maybe carving out a little bit more of the spine here. Like I do like the teeth on both sides. Yes, it does mean you have to be careful, but like design wise, I think this is really cool. If some people might have preferred teeth all the way down, but I also am someone who, if I prefer my DEs to have the ability to chaplain, so because I love twirls. I love doing extended full twirls. And so like the Xolo, as a design, visually striking, absolutely gorgeous, affordable Damascus. I got this as a special deal because I was an early bird, and I paid the base rate for a Damascus blade, and even the Damascus blade, it's like 500 still. And with this anodization job and like the copper design, to make it look like a traditional macohuito. Oh, also do be aware that like all Rabola, or like all Black Balisong blades, almost definitely T8 hardware and T6 Zen hardware, which is just kind of like whatever. But yeah, basically my concluding first impressions, this Balisong is unbelievably gorgeous. I just wish it flipped better. Oh, mine straight up says limited edition, and it has what looks kind of like a dragon face, but I assume it is the god Xolo, which is the god of death. It's like a dog god that is the brother of Quetzalcoatl, which is the sun god, and like a dragon. I think this is a face that is supposed to represent Xolotl. Xolotl. I'm so sorry. I've done research. I don't know how to pronounce things. I do know that it's Xolo and not Xolo, though. I'm trying to get this in focus. Hello, focus for me, please. Focus. I'm so sorry, but this is kind of what it's supposed to look like. Oh well. That's there. And it does say limited edition. So yeah. Anyways, I guess like, comment, and subscribe. Watch my video on the Reaper V2 pass around. I think I have a Reaper V1 video. I never got a chance to make a video on the Rabola because I didn't start making videos until after I stopped having it. And I did make a video. I made one video on the Rabola blade on the Purge handles, but I only made one because I just found it so uncomfortable. So check out Black Balisong on Instagram, and he has a website. It is default in Spanish, but you can click a button that makes it English. If you want an absolutely striking piece of artwork, this is surprisingly affordable for a Balisong. It's just not my favorite flipper. We'll see how I feel as time goes on, but if you like this video and you found it helpful, click the like button. I definitely did some research beforehand to be able to talk about some of the elements, and I think I was looking forward to this for so long. And so, yeah, I guess subscribe for more, and have a good one. Happy flipping, everyone.